Well, hello, everyone. This is John Byrne with Poets and Quants. Welcome to our Center Court session on the Masters in Business Analytics at UCLA's Anderson School. We are really happy to have two terrific guests today who are going to talk to us in detail about the program. We have Freni Bernios, the Director of Admissions and Programs, and Sophia Lernis, MSBA student and Fulbright Scholar. I think you're from Uruguay, right, Sophia?
Yeah, that's right.
Terrific. Let's start with you, Freni, on the program itself. I know it's a 15-month program, which often is a little bit unusual because a lot of these MS and business analytic programs are 1 year. So I'm imagining that you cover a lot more in your program than other programs. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Tell us what basically the basics of the program. You start in September, you end in December, right, of the following year.
Yes.
And who's generally attracted to the program? What does it cover?
Yes, absolutely. So we do offer a master's in business analytics program at UCLA Anderson. And as I mentioned, it is a 15-month STEM certified degree program. We start in the fall. We have one intake. And our MSBA graduates or candidates are individuals who really have a passion in working with data, and our graduates who are really going to be bridging the gap between tech and business suites and really are ready to be in the demand field of business analytics. We admit students straight from undergrad. We admitted students who are about working professionals about 2.6 years, 2.6 on average of years of working experience. This is a lockstep program, so all of our students start in the fall and then graduate in December. And they are required to take core classes together as well, complete a summer internship. In the fall, they have the option to extend into a summer internship or enroll into a capstone opportunity. And aside from that, they also take elective courses that tend to also be taught by industry practitioners.
Huh. How many electives do you get to take in the program?
So we offer 7, and you can take the minimum is 3. And they all tend to be taught by industry practitioners. So if you're interested in either entertainment, healthcare, internet analytics, there's a variety of options for our students to enroll.
And I should just underline, that in and of itself is somewhat distinctive because most programs in business analytics do not allow you to choose courses because you're pretty constrained when you take a 10-month or 1-year program.
Yeah.
So by extending it to 15 months, you get some choices that allow you to do a deep dive to prepare you for the industry you ultimately will enter. What's the size of your intake every year?
So this year we're actually going to be enrolling. This is going to be our largest class to date. It's going to be 125.
Wow.
Yes, and our first graduating class was actually 41 students. So just within 5 years, we've grown substantially. And it goes to show you how much in demand, individuals coming out of the degree programs are.
What makes this degree so hot?
What makes this degree so hot?
Yeah.
I think in terms of just the opportunities that are coming up from these careers. Most of our individuals coming from our programs are deciding to whether not enroll into an MBA, want to pursue an MSBA degree, which tends to be relatively shorter, which tends to be relatively cheaper. And then individuals, students coming pursuing or want to learn analytics or enhance their data management skills are really going to be able to make sure that they're making decisions for businesses. And this is a really excellent program if you want to pursue data analytics and want to be the next in-demand business leader.
Yeah. Now, Sophia, you have an undergraduate degree in industrial engineering. What made you pursue this degree?
Yeah. Okay. So I was going to give a bit of my background, but you said it. So I was actually, before coming to the program, I was working as a data scientist.
Yes.
And I realized that I wanted to go deeper in the knowledge in the field. And so what I had very clear from the start is that I didn't just want to pursue like more of a data science master's. I wanted something that would give me the technical skills needed for a data related job, but I wanted something that didn't just end there, that would also give me the approach from the business perspective and how all this data related stuff works in a company and how we can use it. So that's where I came across the Masters of Science in Business Analytics, and I knew that that was what I wanted to do. You have different types of MSBA out there. So I wanted one that was very rigorous from the technical point of view, like very quantitative and very hard in that sense, but that would also give me the business context and the ability to speak the business language and to let's say talk to business people of this technical thing. That is actually a very hard thing to do that most people take for granted, is the ability to, as Frini say, build that bridge between the technical side and the business side and be able to communicate effectively. So I wanted something that would give me the two parts, the technical and the business. I actually considered doing an MBA, but it wasn't what I wanted at the time. I actually considered doing like a dual degree MBA, MSBA. But I feel that would leave me leave me with less MSBA classes, and that was my focus. So yeah, I chose for the MSBA.
Yeah, and it should be pointed out to everyone, if people don't even know it, that a core part of a good business analytics program is giving you the basic leadership, team building, and presentation skills to make use of the data in a way that allows you to persuade others and communicate in layman's terms, let's put it that way, to make sure that you have an impact in an organization. That's a key part. Now, Sophia, I see that you've had a couple of years of full-time experience. You were an IT project manager for an airport, and then you were a data scientist for Tata. Are you among the more experienced students in your cohort?
Just a little bit, because as Frini said, the average is 2.6 years of previous working experience. I have around 3.
Yep.
So I fit just in the average, let's say, just a little bit above.
So how have you found the learning experience so far? What's it like? What kind of classes have you taken so far? And how difficult is the course load? I imagine that for someone like you who already took a very rigorous undergraduate education, that is probably not going to be as tough as it would be for me, because I'm a poet with a political science and English background.
Yeah. So how's the program been so far? I must say that I'm loving it. It has been very rigorous, though. As you said, it hasn't been that big of a challenge for me in the quantitative side of things because of my industrial engineering background. But it definitely has been a challenge to, let's say, do all the rigorous coursework with lots of assignments. And one of the really good things of the program is that we also have a lot of experiences that dives us into the industries and with networking with professionals. So that's like a non-class related thing that also takes you a lot of time. And just the team is really great in assuring that we develop the tools to network effectively. And that's really important in a master's degree when you want to, most of my classmates want to pivot their career. So lots of them don't come from with a data related experience, as for example, my case. So that's very important to learn this networking skills to be able to start building those bridges with different professionals to, in the end of the day, get the job you want. And that is another thing that actually takes a lot of time and effort and to develop and to polish those skills. So it's been very intense, but very rewarding as well, because I haven't started that long. This is my second quarter, but I can already see the incredible progress that I am making and that many of my classmates are making as well.
Now, have you been to the US before this program or not?
So I have lived here for 3 years when I was very little. So I don't know if that counts. I was like a year and a half up to 5 because my parents, also Fulbrighters, came to study their masters.
How have you found LA?
Oh, hectic. Yeah. for sure. But nice. I mean, the weather is amazing. There's being at such a big city, there's a ton of different opportunities, and from the professional opportunities, let's say, that is really valuable.
Yeah, totally. Do you have a favorite class so far? I know it's early.
Yeah, I do. I have two actually. One is one that I'm finishing this quarter. It's called Prescriptive Analytics. So what we do there is we learn like design of experiments to prove causal relation between things, let's say. So design of A/B testing, like random experiments, or a lot of different techniques if you can't build an experiment.
Mhm.
And it has been very intense / hard, but super useful. And the great thing is that before starting this course, we actually had the opportunity to, because of different reasons, but to talk to people from the industry, people from Google, people from other companies. And they actually came to us and just presented us business settings where they use this. And this was before the class. So you get that idea of how relevant this actually is and how well the program is designed to satisfy the needs of what we will encounter afterwards.
Yeah, that's great. And then you said you have a second class as well that you really like. Which one is that?
Yeah, that one is one from the first quarter. So it's statistics for analytics. It's one of like the pillars that we have. That's why we have it in the first quarter, and lots of classes, as the one I just mentioned, the prescriptive one, builds up on that. And we have an incredible professor that just made the learning experience really, really good.
That's terrific. And wow, you're just named two incredibly rigorous classes as your favorite. And you actually said the one you're currently in is really hard. So you must love really heavy duty academics.
Yeah.
The other thing about the location in LA, and this is worth pointing out, is that obviously the graduates of the program, Freeney, go to a lot of places, in finance, consulting, tech, healthcare, and elsewhere, because the need for data analytics is universal. But your location in LA also opens up a lot of opportunities in the entertainment and media field. And I know that some of your graduates have gone on to Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Sony Pictures, NBC Universal, Spotify, and that's sort of very unique. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. That's definitely one of the advantages of being in Los Angeles, is just the diversity of the opportunities. So whether you're interested in entertainment, healthcare, in anything, analytics is touching everything. And what we say is that we're really, when we speak to our corporate partners, and they're talking about in terms of analytics and how is it that the students coming into this degree program is going to be prepared, they're saying that they really are looking to hire a unicorn, and that's what Sophia is. They're a very professional who's going to be bridging the data and the business suites. Then most of our graduates that are pursuing, leadership roles, they're looking for anywhere from startups to like major corporations such as like Meta, Google, Amazon. All the big firms have, all of our students have placed opportunities with them. But individuals who are pursuing these type of degrees, especially MSBA degrees, are looking to be in roles such as data scientists or data analysts or consulting. So that's way wide cast of opportunities that we say.
What do you think your employers of your graduates most appreciate about them? Is it the ability to bridge the data with the management?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, yes. And also to be able to communicate it. One of the, in terms of something that we help our students in terms of helping them find their career opportunities, is we do have a dedicated career services team just for our MSBA students. And this career services team, works really closely with our individual students on a weekly basis. We execute a career path for our individual students, in terms of, looking for either internships or full-time opportunities, depending on their, targeted industries. So we really get in front of our students by the time that they're admitted and really get to know them. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? How do we best prepare you? So we offer, numerous career and professional development workshops, really, and then also emphasizing on their communication skills. So we provide workshops on data storytelling, improv, client readiness. So really making sure that our graduates coming from this degree program are going to make an impact by any organization they join.
Now, I love the phrase data storytelling. Can you explain it?
Yeah, data storytelling. This is a concept that, it's been developed, it's been in the hot topics as of now, in terms of how, students are receiving numerous and volumes of data, and how is it that you're going to be translating it to, executives or CEOs, especially if you're working with non-technical executives. So how is it that you're going to be translating, making sure that it ties into what the analysis is, what the implications, the recommendations of what the data setting. So it's really in terms of the opportunities that we give our students and skills that we present to our students throughout the degree program. So by the time that they do graduate from the degree, they know in terms of how to communicate most effectively and by utilizing these type of skills.
Yeah, and this is the ability to be persuasive and to do a presentation that has clarity and impact. Which, it can be a difficult thing for a quant out of a quant type program. So it's really important to teach that, because that's how you become really influential and are able to use your data and form insights that actually have impact in the organization. I wonder, for people who enter the program and don't know exactly what kind of career they want, how does your career management office help them identify the right opportunities?
Yeah, so from the moment that their students are joining our program, they're working directly with our career services team, which is led by our director, Larry Brayman, and really, outlining their goals and as well as their career plans in terms of what industry they want to focus on. Most of our students, depending on their experience, will come, straight from undergrad or have about 2 + 3 years of experience. So it really ranges on terms of what they want to do and really executing that plan, working with them on a weekly basis. We offer numerous networking events, whether it be targeted industry nights. We had an industry night about last week, which targeted on a tech panel. So we invited industry leaders from Google, from SpaceX, from Amazon to speak in terms of their experience and what is it that their journey as executives in this field, what did they encounter, what are they looking for. So we tend to host these industry nights on a monthly basis. And then also within our curriculum, so we have industry seminar coursework in the spring, in the winter and in the spring, in which we actually invite industry practitioners into the classroom setting and actually teach our students into what they're actually working on, whether it be through actual data challenges or actually giving them a real data set at the moment. And so it's working with really focusing on really fusion of industry in our curriculum and outside as well.
Now, I should point out that you have 100% placement rate.
Yes.
Which is extraordinary. Your class of 2021, the average salary was about $116,000 with a $15,000 signing bonus, which is darn good. And of course, your people are working for all the big brand name, most admired companies in the world, which says a lot about the demand out of your program and the quality of the graduates that you're putting out in the marketplace, for sure.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
So Sophia, I wondered, when you entered the program, did you know what kind of job and what kind of industry you ultimately want to work in, or are you still figuring that out?
Yeah, no, I didn't, and I'm still figuring that out. But the great thing, and as Frini was saying, we get from the beginning, we get this incredible amount of opportunities to learn about different industries and companies here. And that actually has been very helpful, especially not being from the States. that maybe you're
Mhm.
more familiarized with certain types of companies. So we get these opportunities, and also we get the internship that is required for the master. And that is a great opportunity to just, okay, let's try something. If you don't end up liking the industry, you still have time to get a full-time where you prefer afterwards. So I haven't figured it out, but it's an ongoing process. I have narrowed it down for sure. Like I came in and I was like, okay, I have no idea where I would like to. I had more idea of the role, let's say, but not the
Mhm.
industry. And I don't think that is a bad thing, actually. You're open to more stuff. But yeah, I narrowed down. So I left some industries out, and I incorporated others that I had no idea. For example, I incorporated healthcare just because we had this incredible industry seminar from people from Cedar Sinai that came to talk to us, and they presented the incredible amount of things they were doing analytics related. And that was like very eye-opening for me. So we have those type of opportunities that are very useful to, guide you through your path.
Now, do you know where you're going for your internship yet?
Yes, but I can't disclose that yet.
Oh, okay. It's secret. I hope
Yeah.
it's not the CIA. Well, maybe it is. So tell me, I know you're 6 months into the program, so you're not quite halfway even. But so far, what have been the highlights for you, Sophia?
Okay, yeah. I would say maybe like 3 things. So one
Yeah.
is, as Frini was saying, we get this really great amount of exposure and opportunities to get in touch with professionals from very different companies and industries, all super successful. And one, learn about those industries and what they're doing, and 2, network. And that is super, super helpful. And well, she said we have industry seminars, industry night, we have workshops, people that just come to talk and present what they're doing. And that is really good. And it has helped us start building our network. Some from undergrad maybe don't have a very big network. Some like me that are internationals, we don't have a very big network here in the States. So all those kind of things are very important. Second, I would say the professors and what we're learning. So that is really top here at the program. And one of the very interesting things is that we actually have some professors that are teaching at the MSBA, but are also working in the industry. So for example, in the classes that I've had so far, I've had professors that are working at Google, that are working at Hulu, Netflix. So what we learn is not just something that is in the academic setting being taught, but it's something that it's really needed in practice in the industry. And the people that are teaching us are those that are leading the way in the industry. So that is absolutely a great highlight as well. And last, I think I would say the culture, like MSBA and UCLA in general culture. It has been very great. There's this sense of camaraderie, let's say, and cooperation that at a very competitive school, one maybe would think that that wouldn't happen, but this is the opposite. So it's between the MSBA team, between the professors, and between my classmates as well. Everything just flows in a very nice way. And UCLA in general is great as well.
Yeah, and I have to say, this is true of the MBA program at UCLA as well. The courses with practitioners from companies like Google, as you mentioned, or Hulu or Netflix are real eye-openers, because you can hear exactly how these companies are applying data analytics techniques to their business. So you get a real world sense of the application and the power that harnessing data for insights can have, which I imagine is really eye-opening in a way that extends the learning beyond what a professor might be able to provide. Now, Sophia, what advice would you have for people who are considering business analytics programs? and are in the same kind of place where you were when you were looking at the programs probably a year ago.
Okay, so I would recommend them to try to really narrow down what is it that they want to get out of the program. For me, that was very useful. As I said at the beginning, I didn't want just to have like the data science skill set, but forget about like the business related and how to communicate data. For me, that the two things were very important. So first of all, decide how much weight you want to give that, because I know there are some MSBA programs that aren't that rigorous with the technical side. That would be one of my recommendations. Second, some programs don't have an internship required for the program. That for me was really one of the great things about the MSBA at UCLA Anderson. You have the ability to actually get the course, let's say, and apply this in an industry here.
And we're talking about a full-term internship, not some sort of part-time side thing,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. But we also can do part-time internships in this quarter,
sure.
Winter, and the last one, but I'm talking about the summer internship that is full-time.
Exactly.
So
which you wouldn't get in a 10-month or 1-year program, which is another reason why you have a full 15-month program. Besides the electives, you also have the opportunity to do an internship, which is often leads to a full-time job offer.
Exactly. For me, that was one of the really good points, strengths of this program. So also consider that if the program you're looking for offers it, and if it's something that you really value, well, then consider that aspect as well. And the last thing I would say is, what are your career goals and how can you tailor the program to your needs? So for example, one of the things that I consider was, okay, what is the core of the different masters, but what is the opportunity that I have to tailor it to what I'm looking for? Or maybe I don't know now, but having the opportunity to later on in the program while you're doing your masters and you're figuring out, okay, I want to go to this path or this other, have the possibility to tailor it with electives. For me, that as well was very important. So I would say consider if that is something that you value, and if not, okay, at least make sure that the core that they are giving you is aligned to what you think you would like to do.
Yeah, all great advice. Now, Frini, what advice do you have for prospects interested in the degree?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you really want to join a top-ranked business school in the #1 public university of the nation, and as well a top-ranked program, we're #2 in the world by QS. At UCLA, we really instill these mantras into our students and the student body, which is share success, be bold, think fearlessly. Because as Sophia mentioned, you will be working with well-renowned faculty and industry leaders from all across industries. And you also, not only do you get to boost your career opportunities after graduation, but you'll also be joining a global alumni network of about 40,000 or more. So in terms of opportunities, and you really are interested in working in the field of analytics, come our way. We're looking for unicorns. We're looking for those out-of-the-box thinkers. We're looking for the next great thing.
I will also add that UCLA has an excellent website with tremendous amounts of information on every aspect of the program, what the student experience is like, what the curriculum is like, what the career options are, what the kind of companies that recruit out of the program. And a lot of answers for you will be provided there. And then, of course, you should contact Frini and her admissions team to get more information. Hopefully, you can also connect with a current student to give you that student perspective, which can be all important. So Frini and Sophia, thank you so much for participating. I learned a lot. I hope our audience learned a lot. This is a great opportunity and distinctive as well, because, you know, there are a lot of business analytics programs out there. Many of them are 10 months to a year. So you don't have the summer internship. You don't have the electives at the end where you can do a deep dive in a particular industry that's going to make you really immediately helpful to and valuable to the company that hires you. So those are kind of unique aspects of this program that I like. So for all of you watching, thanks for tuning in. This is John Byrne with Poets and Quants.